Okay, this is 2000 Harley Sportster XL883C. We bought it as a basket case. Somebody had gone through and powder coated the frame and a bunch of the parts on there. A couple of things on this thing for guys that are powder coating stuff. For guys that do powder coating, you know, if you don't want something powder coated over, you better take it off. Okay, I've got stuff on here that they powder coated over that they didn't tape up properly and just sprayed powder coat all over it. I mean, the job looks good, but be a little bit more professional than powder coating over top of parts that need to be taken off. For you guys that are carrying stuff to a powder coater, ask them questions. Uh, I've done powder coating in the past, and I always take stuff apart. It's just how you do it. You end up destroying stuff if you try and powder coat over it without disassembling the little component pieces. You basically ruin stuff. Uh, the swing arm, they powder coated over top of the races and powder coated down in the bearing bore. So when I knocked the races on, it chipped the powder coat out. I actually had to burn some of it out of there just to get the races out with a torch and then scrape it. And then go in and sand it inside. Gonna have to either look for a new rear caliper or rebuild that one. They left the pistons in there and powder coated over top of it, and inside the caliper is packed full of sand where they glass beaded it or sandblasted it. Same with the frame here. I haven't done the front end yet, but I can guarantee you the damn neck cups they probably didn't take out, and they're going to be powder coated over top of. So I'll be putting new steering head bearings in here as well, more than likely. We'll find out when I take the front end off. Wheels look good. Bearings, they actually took the bearings out to do them. I don't know why they didn't take the bearings out of the swing arm and probably not out of the steering head. Another thing on the cylinders, guys that are getting cylinders and heads done, when you get them back, you're going to get them powder coated first and then do the machine work on them. Because I can guarantee you they're going to get powder coated inside the cylinders if they don't tape them up properly. And even then, the way they treat the cylinders, it's going to acid etch them. So they'll need to do your honing, boring and honing after they're powder coated. Same thing with the valves and guides. Valve guides, you'll need to take the valves out, of course, and leave specific instructions with the powder coaters. Don't if you're going to be doing the cylinder heads, make sure everything's taped up properly. You don't want any powder coat down inside where any engine pieces are. I've gotten them back from powder coaters where the guides have powder coating all over them. Head gasket surface is pretty much destroyed. Cylinder bores are destroyed. So this is just a rant. You guys that are going to get stuff, ask questions of whoever's doing the powder coating. If they just go, yeah, whatever, I'd probably search for someplace else. Like I said, I've done it in the past, and I don't do it anymore. Don't have a shop to do it in really anymore. It's fun, and you can make some money off of it. Another thing they did too on the steering head, they powder coated over top of the VIN number pretty heavily. You can still make it out, but it's not like it should be. Let me show you here. Now, I know you can't really see it, but the VIN number is right here. I mean, you can make it out barely. Uh, what I used to do was leave that bare, put a piece of tape over top of there, so and round the corners off so it looks neat, and then powder coat around it. And then once you're done, you peel the tape off where you covered up the VIN number, and then shoot clear over top of it, just because it looks good like that. Uh, it's best to find somebody that does either motorcycle specific or car specific stuff instead of some industrial powder coater. Industrial guys are probably going to charge you less, but those are the guys who are going to powder coat over critical components because they're at their production, so they don't really give a crap. At least the ones I've dealt with. Maybe not all of them, but the way that business works is, you're doing production. You're not really interested in doing onesies and twosies because it takes more time to do them, and it's more labor intensive than getting an order for 500 pieces that you can knock out one after the other instead of having to, if some guy brings you a swing arm and leaves the bearings in there and you're in a hurry, so you just powder coat over top of them. I used to deal with some guys after I quit doing powder coating here in North Carolina that did a fantastic damn job. Can't remember the name of them. I remember the guys though. I remember where they are. I just can't remember the name of the company. Carolina something. They did a good job. I think they did mostly car and motorcycle stuff. They really cared about their end product. If you're doing powder coating and you're not really sure, you're just getting into it. Take your stuff apart. Like I said, I'm having to go over everything on this bike because of the previous owner, stuff that he did and stuff that I don't know where he had it powder coated. Don't really care. They did it. They did it. It looks good, but overall, it created a lot of damn work for no reason. But that's it for this one. I'm doing this because I'm having to go through and scrape and sand powder coat off stuff that I really shouldn't have to scrape and sand powder coat off of. But that's it for this one. Just wanted to get that out there. Like I said, especially engine parts, to be very careful. I've gotten stuff back from powder coaters where they powder coated down inside of bolt holes. And, that stuff you have to go back and run a tap back through there to cut the powder coat out. Powder coating's tough. It don't like to come out easy. That's why it's so popular. Paint, you dip it and damn pretty much anything with paint you spray on there, it's going to start eating the paint off eventually. Powder coat, you put methylene chloride on there and it'll come off, but usually that stuff's nasty and it takes a while if you can even get real methylene chloride anymore. I think they done outlawed it in most states, and the stuff they replaced it with, which doesn't have methylene chloride in it, but it's a paint stripper, it works. It just doesn't work as well, and you end up putting a lot of coats on there to get anything off. So, anyway, that's it. If you like my content, please like, share, subscribe, comment, all that stuff. Have a great day.